That's all.
Thank you. Mr. Ackerman.
Well, thank you very much, Madam President. Number one, tomorrow night, for those of you who need another meeting to attend, I'm sure you kids love these type of meetings, there's a Friends of the Cemetery meeting, and that will take place at 6:30 out of Root Library. If you get there a little bit early, about 6, they're going to have a special guest speaker tomorrow night. So I hope to see all of you kids there, as well as the public. You're always more than welcome. The Parks, Rec, and Cemetery meeting, it's a regularly scheduled meeting on the second Tuesday of the month. That'd be June 11th at 6:30 in Council Chambers. Plan on having that as always, Madam President. Thank you for your time this evening.
Ms. Benko.
I have a few different things tonight. First of all, I'd like to announce that the regularly scheduled monthly meeting of the Planning and Development Committee will take place next Tuesday, June 4th at 5:30 p.m. Also, regarding business from the City Council Planning and Development Committee, the committee held a meeting on May 20th, 2013 with respect to the Lighthouse Conservancy and the Port Clinton Lighthouse. And during that meeting, the members of the Planning and Development Committee voted to make the following recommendation to the full council. And that recommendation is that council support a motion. And so at this point in time, I would like to go ahead and make that motion. I move that the administration and the Lighthouse Conservancy have a memorandum of understanding by August 6, 2013, addressing a plan of action for waterfront placement of the lighthouse and a timeline for implementation of said plan. The August 6 deadline could be extended upon request of either party.
There's a motion on the floor, as Ms. Benko stated, and it needs a second.
Second, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Snyder. Any discussion? Mr. Ackerman.
Clarify the motion again for me, please. It just states that there's a memo of understanding that parties need to have an agreement by August 6th, but either side can extend that at their own whim, correct?
Well, perhaps it would help to provide a little bit of background on the meeting itself. The committee has discussed the idea of expressing support for a waterfront location for the lighthouse. Councilman Snyder had proposed trying to develop a compromise between the Lighthouse Conservancy's commitment to having the lighthouse be located on the waterfront, and the administration's expressed desire for additional time to develop a plan. In the ensuing May 20th committee meeting, at which Council President Kurt Love was present, there was, and also members of the Lighthouse Conservancy were present. There was discussion of a lot of the remaining issues that needed to be resolved, and also discussion of the desire for a waterfront location, and the committee members discussed and came up with the language for this motion. And the purpose of the motion is for council to express the desire that the administration and the Lighthouse Conservancy develop a memorandum of understanding by August 6th that will address a plan of action for placement of the lighthouse on the waterfront and developing a timeline for implementation of that plan. And the desire was also expressed during the meeting that it be explicitly stated that the August 6th deadline could be extended upon request of either party.
I'll follow up then, for clarification, is the memo of understanding legally binding contract?
No, it is not.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Ron Ackerman,
Yes.
Mark Hopler,
Yes.
Mike Snyder,
Yes.
Deb Banko,
Yes.
Kathy Mel, yes. Nicole DeFreitas,
Yes.
Randall Lipstraw.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion has passed. Do you have a copy of that?
Yes, I just need to get the signatures of Mr. Hopler and Mr. Schneider on the recommendation at this meeting, and I have a copy to give to Ms. Mel.
Yeah, because then I didn't give her.
That was good.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'd like to thank council's support for that motion. We are hoping that this will lead to a resolution and placement of the lake house on the waterfront. We're hopeful that that can happen. The administration has said that one of the reasons why they would like to delay in making any sort of a commitment to a location is because they anticipate that the developer, Mike Rose, may be making a presentation regarding his development plan. I know that when he did his presentation regarding his concept last February, he has stated that his project would be staying within the 14-acre zone for development. So I certainly hope that that continues to remain the case, since the proposed location north of Derbycon is outside of that 14-acre zone for commercial development. It is public land. And so I remain hopeful that we can in fact have a waterfront placement for the lake house, so that the lake house can receive their standing of being placed on the National Register of Historic Places, which they hope to see. And I guess one more comment to make is one that Councilman Snyder made at the committee meeting, and that is that the top reason that visitors have for contacting the Visitors Bureau is for questions about visiting lighthouses. So it is a very important tourist attraction in any waterfront community. And so this is one of the reasons why the committee felt that it was important for council to express some support for these efforts. And that's all I have tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Mel.
Yes, I'd just like to report that there are still some garden plots available at the community garden on Beach Street. If anyone's interested, call Dave Mel at 419-206-0482. Garden's looking great. We have our scout, Tristan Oxter, our Boy Scout, has finished all the tables, all the trash cans, did a fabulous job in his pursuit of Eagle Scout. So we're very proud. That's all I have tonight.
Mr. Snyder.
Thank you, Madam President. Just a quick update on the Emergency Services Olympics. I know you guys follow this like it's nobody's business. Currently, after 3 events, the Fire EMS team leads 3-zip with a win in Quiz Bowl, table tennis, and ice cream eating, where last week, believe it or not, this was amazing. In 10 minutes, Chief Hickman ate just over 1.5 pounds of chocolate ice cream, and Chief Johnson bested him by eating just under 1.7 pounds of French vanilla ice cream. So 6 other events. Watch Facebook and other outlets for more updates on the Emergency Services Olympics. Tip from the Chief comes from Chief Rob Hickman. Now until June 2nd is the nationwide campaign by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Click it or ticket. You've probably seen that all over. So, ladies and gentlemen, wear your seatbelts. No excuses, no exceptions. You will get a ticket. Quick update again, a little bit more information on the 4th of July festivities. The Firecracker Cutie Contest, all these events are going to take place on the 4th, which is a Thursday this year. Excuse me. The Firecracker Cutie Contest, if you're interested in more information on that, contact Mary Ann Snyder at 419-635-6106. At 5:30 at Trinity United Methodist Church, ice cream social, 7 o'clock parade through the town. If you're interested in participating in the parade, contact Debbie Tester at 419-341-0378, 419-341-0378. I'm going to work out some details with these two gentlemen because of road construction and building demolition and so forth. We've got a different idea for a parade route going back to kind of a historical parade route that was done way back when. Something new this year I'm very excited about. At 8 o'clock, again at Trinity United Methodist Church, in the past we've had community band concert. While speaking with Greg Fox, who some of these kids may have had in school, he's a retired vocal instructor at the high school. He is putting together what I'm calling Voices of Freedom, but it's the Port Clinton Community Choir. It's open to anyone if you're interested in singing patriotic songs and so forth. The phone number to reach Greg Fox is 419-734-1230. Again, 734-1230. I'm sorry, it is. 419-734-1239 is that phone number, 1239. 1230 is somebody else I knew. It is. So give Greg a call, all ages. We're trying to open it up to as many folks. He's making contact with area churches and the high school. He's going to talk to Mr. Watts to get some high school kids involved. And then finally, the Coup de Grace at 10 o'clock will be the fireworks. PortlandRadio.com will again simulcast in Waterworks Park and on the internet the music that corresponds with the fireworks. And with that, thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. DeFreitas?
I have nothing tonight.
Thank you. Mr. Livestrong?
Nothing tonight, Madam President.
Members of the audience? Mr. Hickey?
Don Fickey, 222 Adams Street. In the Beacon, there was a letter from the Lighthouse Conservatory, and then the response by the review board. There was a line that caught Gord's eye, and that line is this one talking about projects in particular is taking place on a piece of land that is in play for numerous projects, some of which have been on the burner for quite some time. Madam President, since you signed that letter and are part of the review board, could you inform the citizens what those numerous projects are and when they became heated up on the burner?
Well, one is the trail that's going to go, it's going to connect up to the trail that's already there, and it'll come across the back of Derby Pond and then across the wetlands. We've talked about that for quite some time. Part of that project, and we've already written a proposal for this, and we probably wrote a proposal for this about 4 years ago. It's to create handicap or accessible fishing into the Derby Pond with a deck and then a picnic area up above on the Derby Pond. Also, the Army Corps of Engineers this summer is going to be doing some shoreline re-enhancement along that area.
So those are the two numerous projects.
Those are three.
What's the third?
The trail.
Oh, the deck and the trail are separate. Okay.
Yeah. Accessibility and the engineering and the Army Corps of Engineers. Plus, there's also, as you're well aware, a developer out there that's bringing a plan to the city.
All righty, thank you. With the students here tonight, I think it's important that we remind City Council, for all those that are in favor of economically developing a public park, you're teaching those students how to disrespect a public park. Thank you.
Anyone else this evening?
Dave Glasser, Catawba Island. Just returning from the south and articles that I've read in the Beacon. And when it says lighthouse, I'm referring to, is it like the lighthouse down in Marblehead? Or does this have a door and a stairwell that we can climb up into?
No.
What is the structure of this?
It was one of the original. There were two beacons at the end of the pier that went out to the river, and they were beacons that brought people in from the lake into the river, into the mouth of the river.
A beacon, not a lighthouse.
No, they're like, is it 32 feet tall, Mr. Norgard, including the?
If I can answer this, it's roughly, the distance up to the light itself is roughly 26 feet, and it does have a stairwell going up to a light room, and that would be something that visitors could go up, not on a continuous basis, but like at Marblehead on a periodic basis, because you would want to sort of preserve it. If too many people sort of run up and down, it would get destroyed, but people could go up in it and see the light. That's the plan.
Thank you.
Anyone else this evening? Yes, sir. Come on in.
How you doing? Good evening. My name is Robert George, and I'm a coach, Coach Fremont St. Joe, and I coach the Port Clinton baseball team here.
Mr. George, could you give your address, please?
Yes, 1143 Lee Avenue.
Okay.
And we want, actually, myself and Pastor, and along with other members of the city, we wanted to see what we needed to do to vote on having the city reinstate baseball being ran by a part-time city official. Right now, it's I think the past 3 years has been ran over by volunteers, and the program hasn't been working. And the way it was before, it worked fine. I believe Mr. Colston, not sure if he's here now.
He's at the sports banquet this evening.
Okay. He ran it for a long time, and it was very successful the way he did it, and we wanted to see if what we needed to do to have it be done the same way.
When's your next meeting?
Our next Parks and Rec meeting is June 11th. This was a topic of discussion at our previous Parks and Rec meeting, just to gauge the interest of the committee on whether or not they thought it would be a feasible idea to continue to pursue. I've had many discussions with both Mr. George and Pastor Hill about this topic as a parent of a baseball player and as a coach of the program as well.
I would suggest at your next meeting that you invite Mr. Colston and bring this up as an agenda item.
Thank you, Madam President.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, and feel free to come to the meeting and speak.
All right, thank you.
I love it.
June 11th,
At what time?
6:30.
6:30. Thank you.
Any other comments this evening? Seeing none, I will ask for a motion to adjourn this Banco.
Madam President, I move this August 12th adjourn.
Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Lestraw. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, we're adjourned.
Silence.